guys, got a couple stories for you today. This one makes me think of Abigail because when she was little, she liked all of these books by Sandra Boynton. I think she had all of them. All of Autumn's kids grew up with these Sandra Boynton books. Okay, Barnyard Dance. Stomp your feet, clap your hands. Everybody ready for a barnyard dance? They're gonna dance. Bow to the horse, bow to the cow, twirl with the pig if you know how. Bounce with the bunny, strut with the duck, spin with the chickens now, cluck, cluck, cluck. Can you say that? Cluck, cluck, cluck. With a baa and a moo and a cock-a-doodle-doo, everybody promenade 2 by 2. Cute. Prance with the horses, skitter with the mice, swing with your partner once or twice. Stand with the donkey, slide with the sheep, scramble with the little chicks, cheep, cheep, cheep. Here's the little chicks. Can you say cheep, cheep, cheep? Right. With a neigh and a moo and a cock-a-doodle-doo, another little promenade. Promenade 2 by 2. Trot with the turkey, leap with the frog, take another spin with the barnyard dog. Sometimes Papa and I dance and spin around in our kitchen together. It's kind of fun. We always end up laughing because we're not very good dancers. Turn with the cow in a patch of clover, all take a bow, and the dance is over. That's clover. Can you take a bow? Okay, this book was one of Finney's favorite books. Finn, do you remember this book? Galimoto. See those wires that the little boy is bending? He's creating what they call a Galimoto. I love this book. Galimoto. Condi opened up his shoebox and looked inside. These were his things. They belonged to him. Inside the box, there was a ball made of many old plastic bands tightly wrapped with string. There was a knife Condi had made from a piece of tin can and a dancing man he had made from dried corn stalks. In Condi's box, there were also some scraps of wire. He had been saving the wires for something special. And now he took them and the knife from the box. That's where Condi lives. He lives someplace in Africa, like Auntie Autumn's family does. I shall make a Galimoto, Condi told his brother Ufulu. Ufulu laughed. A boy with only 7 years cannot make such a toy. You don't have enough wire. Well, I will get enough wire, Condi answered. His people live near the ocean. Condi took his knife and wire scraps and went to the home of his friend Gift. I want your wires, Condi told Gift. I'll give you my knife for them. Why do you want the wires? Gift asked. I want to make a Galimoto, Condi answered. Gift ran his fingers over the tin knife. It is a good knife, I'll cut a dancing man with it. Gift took a handful of wires from his box of things and gave them to Condi. That's not enough wire for a Galimoto, he told his friend. I will find enough wire, Condi said. This place looks very much like Tanzania, where Auntie Autumn's family is. Condi put his wires into an old plastic bag and took them to the shop of his uncle. Good day, second son of my brother, his uncle greeted him. How can I help you? I want some wire, Condi told his uncle. And how will you pay for it? I have no money, Condi answered. But you have wires on your old packing boxes from the city. They would make a fine Galimoto. So you want to make a Galimoto? The son of my brother is a clever boy. Take the wires. That's his uncle. You guys have some uncles, don't you? There's Uncle Seth, Uncle Evan, Uncle Peter, Uncle Caleb, Uncle Jackson. Did I forget anybody? I think that's it. You guys have a lot of uncles to choose from. All right, here we go. Chee, 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 chee. Condi could hear the grinder at the flour mill. Many women with babies tied on their backs waited in the hot sun. Others arrived carrying heavy baskets of maize on their heads. Condi squeezed through the crowds. See those ladies carrying baskets of heavy things on their heads, and the ladies have the babies tied to their backs, some of them. He was very near the front door when someone grabbed him. The woman began yelling angrily, "Stop that one! He goes out of turn!" Condi was being pushed and shoved. That lady's mad at him. She thinks he's stepping in line, taking cuts, but he's not. Suddenly the mill stopped its grinding. What is this? The miller shouted. The woman pointed to Condi. Oh no, Condi said. I have no maize to grind. I only want wires for a Galimoto. He opened his bag for them to see. Playthings. For this you keep us waiting? The women grumbled angrily. One cannot eat wires. An old toothless woman shook her hand at Condi, and the miller shrugged. There are some wires out back. Oh, take those. In the back of the mill, there was an open door, and inside the door was a pile of old motor parts. There, Condi found some very thin wires wrapped in red and yellow and green plastic. I can scrape the coating off, Condi thought. These wires will hold my Galimoto together. Still, he did not have enough to make a Galimoto. Not yet. Do you think he's going to get enough? Yeah, I like this part. Condi passed some young children playing on an anthill. One of them was Monday, the small sister of his friend Gift. She had a fine long piece of wire, which she stuck into the hard dirt. Little friend, Condi called as he came nearer, you cannot catch an ant that way. Go fetch some water, for with that and a stick we will fool them. When Monday came back, Condi poured the water around one of the holes. And now they will think the rains have begun, he explained. Then he stuck a stick down the hole, and gently he pulled it out, and on the end was a large ant. My stick is better than a wire for catching ants. You may have the stick, and I'll take the wire. Let me show you this picture again. He made a deal there, didn't he? Condi knew there was a trash heap behind the bicycle repair shop, but the gate was locked. Condi climbed over the fence. In the courtyard, he found some broken bent spokes from a bicycle. He climbed back over the fence with his bag. Uh-oh. That couldn't be good, huh? Thief! Help! Police! Thief! Condi heard a voice call. Children came running from the marketplace. Men came running from the shops. They made a circle around Condi. Thief! 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 They chanted, pointing at Condi. A policeman arrived. He grabbed Condi by the shoulder. What are you doing? He asked. Hold on a second. Papa! Papa! Connie, I'm making a video for the children.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm reading stories to them. And now I had to interrupt it. And I was almost done. Thank you. Papa. He didn't know I was making you guys a story. All right, back to our story. Goodness. Maybe I should do this when nobody's home. Okay, so they were calling thief, right? A policeman arrived. He grabbed Condi by the shoulder. What are you doing? He asked. Condi showed the policeman his wires. I want a Galimoto, he explained. I need these wires. Galimoto? The crowd murmured. Galimoto. They shook their heads and went back to their business. Take your wires and go, said the policeman. Condi took his wires back to the shade of a red flame tree in his village. Nearby, his mothers and sisters pounded their maize. I think maize is like corn, big corn, maybe. They sang of the hard work that they were doing. Condi sorted his wires. There were thick pieces and thin pieces. Some wires were long and some were short. Condi banged the bent and twisted ones with a stone to straighten them. Then he began. The thick wires made the frame. He wrapped the very thinnest wires at the joints to hold the Galimoto together. My Galimoto will be a pickup, Condi planned. It will carry maize to the city, and it will have an antenna for the radio. He smiled. Condi worked all afternoon. He pounded the strongest wires around a pipe to make the round wheels. A sturdy piece of bamboo made the rod for the steering wheel. Finally, the warm, toasty smell of maize porridge cooking over the village fires told Condi it was time to go home. His brothers and sisters admired his work. So, you found enough wire, Ufulu said. Yes, Condi agreed. He parked his Galimoto next to his box of things and ate his supper. Let the moon be bright for us to play and sing tonight. Condi could hear his friends singing in the distance, and they were calling him to play. Look at what he made, you guys. Wow. That's so cool. Now he carefully guided his Galimoto over the dusty path. Galimoto! Someone cheered, and one by one, Condi's friends formed a line behind him. Eee! Galimoto! Galimoto! They began to chant. They're all in line, and they all have their own Galimotos that they made. There we go. They don't have toys from the store, so they have to make their own toys. It's pretty cool, huh? Condi saw the shadow of his Galimoto cast by the moonlight, racing alongside. It's a fine Galimoto, he thought proudly. Perhaps tomorrow I shall make my Galimoto into an ambulance or an airplane or a helicopter. Wow. That's the thing about those wires. He can take it apart and then he can make something new with it. Every day he can make something new with it until they break. Then he can find some more wires somewhere. Anyhow, that was pretty cool, huh? Love that book. I like the name of the child of, what was his name? Condi's friend, Gift. His name was Gift. What do you think his parents thought when he was born? Yeah, that he was a gift. Because the Bible says children are a gift from God. They are his reward. Did you know you are a gift from God? The Bible says that you are a gift from God. I think you are. Anyhow, I love you guys. Have a good day. Talk to you later.